Yo, what's poppin', people? Cobra Star Green back with you guys with another video today. If this is you guys first time finding our channel or anything like that, for your boy, please hit that subscribe button. Also like this video, it really does help. Yes, today a lot of you guys has been asking for it, so we giving it to you guys even before the movie comes out. The spoiler review for The Flash. Yes, we are doing it. You guys have asked for it. We're doing it. Now, I wanted to wait for my co-host Emery to also see it. He saw it today. I saw this movie last week. Emery, say what's up.
What's up, everybody?
Yep, so I had to wait for him to see it so we could both do a spoiler review and we could both talk about things we liked, things we didn't like with the film. Now, I know some of you are going to be in the comments like, Cobra, why are you spoiling the movie? Why are you spoiling it before the movie comes out? Look, that means this video ain't for you. And first of all, I already know y'all. I know y'all searched this up. You had to search this video up for this video to pop up. So I already know you searched it up. And then second of all, I'm saying spoiler, the title says, everything says spoilers, and no one's forcing you to watch this video. Who just watch it when you've seen the movie. Or like 90% of the people that I guess around the world that have already seen this movie, this video is for you guys, all right? So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna deep dive on some spoiler talks. Like I said, this is your final warning. It's gonna be a full-on spoiler review. But hey, with saying that, well, let's get right into the video. Cue the intro.
Probably you. We got a problem. 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 It's probably you. Yeah. We got a problem. We got a problem. Yeah. We got a problem. We got a problem. We got a
All right,
Yo, what's pop?
folks? Let's. Oh shoot! I did not want to do that. Okay. Oh, whoa! Back it up! I don't know what all that stuff was, but I'm here now. So we're gonna get right into this new project. This was one of my most anticipated projects of the year. And if you guys have seen my other review, you guys already know kind of how I feel about it. Emery, give us your quick thoughts on this one.
I did not like it that much.
Ooh.
I didn't absolutely hate it, but mostly I found the film ugly looking. The special effects.
We're gonna talk about that.
Uh,
It's crazy because this movie has been worked on for like years, and the CGI still looks bad.
yeah, and then I kind of just found it hollow overall, and like there was great things about it that I can say later, but mostly meh.
It's a mess. Now look, I'm gonna get into some things I did like, man. I'm gonna be the first one to say this, and I'm the first one to be like, yo, I can't stand this guy. But you can kind of see why DC was how they was with this guy. And I'm talking about Ezra Miller. As much as I hate Ezra Miller in real life, I have to say when I saw this movie, he had the best performance in the whole entire film. He, especially with him playing the two Barry Allens, I thought the chemistry between those two characters, how he played both characters, how they were, those characters were the same, but they were so different in ways. You know, just not just in age, but just in personality. You know, I thought he really did a great job at playing these two different Barry Allens from two different timelines. How'd you feel about him? About Ezra Miller as a whole in the movie?
Funny enough, he is the best part of the film.
That's how I'd say, same thing.
He does a good job with the dramatic chops. He's pretty funny. Mostly.
Yeah, he was funny.
And when he was obnoxious, it felt right for the movie, for the characters, the character moments he was playing. And then there was a more emotionally grounded Ezra there, or Flash there. Yeah. So he was good. He was good.
It was,
yeah, the best part.
It was funny how I was watching it, and like I'm seeing him playing these two Barry Allens, and just going back to him in real life. I'm like, why can't he be the older Barry Allen in real life? You know what I'm saying? You see how he's acting as the older Barry Allen. It's like, why can't you do this in real life, bruh? Like literally, just play older Barry Allen in real life, and you be all right, Ezra. But yeah, I gotta say, man, his performance, man, it was astonishing. It in some areas, in some moments, actually kind of blew me away. I was like, wow, this dude really is the best part of this film, you know. And you got to give your kudos to Ezra Miller. As much as I hate the guy, I say personally that he did an amazing job acting in this film, man. I have to say that. Now let's talk about some other quick characters. We ain't gonna go too deep into characters, but a character I want to talk about, and I want to know your thoughts on this character, Emery, real quick. We're gonna go down the line, y'all. But General Zod, Michael Keaton, not Michael Keaton, Michael Shannon. How'd you feel about him?
Wasted.
That I said the same thing in my review. I'm like, man, like I was like, cause I know that like he had came back and he was like, I'm only gonna come back for certain things. And just watching this film, cause General Zod, if you guys know from Man of Steel, he was my favorite character in Man of Steel. He was the best part in Man of Steel to me, was General Zod. And to watch him in this movie, I felt the same way. I felt like his character was rushed, and I felt like he was wasted in this one, and they could have spent time on another villain. How'd you overall feel?
About the villain?
Yeah, about like General Zod.
Yeah, just kind of he's part of like just the grander story. He's more like a piece and everything.
Yeah,
But, yeah.
It was like you could have taken him out and put somebody else in there. That's how it really was. Like you didn't need Michael Shannon back for this as
That's
General
how I
Zod.
felt about pretty much every character except for Ezra Miller's Flash.
Yeah, speaking as we're talking about characters, we're gonna go quickly through these. Next character we're gonna talk about, man. This is the character I was looking forward to the most in this film. I'm not gonna be like Cobra. Oh, we know why. No, you don't know nothing. But this character I was looking forward to because I was like, I wonder what they're gonna do with this character. And to my surprise, absolutely nothing. And I'm talking about Supergirl, played by Shasa Charlie. I think that's how you say her name. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah,
She did a good job with what she's given, but she's not
yeah,
doing enough.
what she was given, she did a good job. But it was like, why was her character so rushed? Like that's like how I felt about pretty much a lot of these characters. They just completely rushed, and it was like, and they gave this chick no personality. Like if you're a Superman, Supergirl, one of the big things about that character is to have a personality with that character. She, I felt like, had absolutely nothing, like no personality. How'd you feel?
It stayed consistent with Man of Steel in terms of that Superman to me had no personality for a good
But I mean,
while.
that's Zack Snyder. He don't. Come
Yeah,
on, bro.
no, I'm not giving excuses. I'm just making a commentary.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes
No,
sense.
She
Yeah,
was fit. She looked nice for the role.
she
and
did.
she would have
Yeah,
done great for the role. What she was given, she did
she's a great
fine with.
actress. Yeah,
They just didn't really give her much to work with.
yeah. I
Oh,
think she's a
yeah.
she's a really great actress. She just, I wish they would have gave her more to do in this film. You know, this is spoiler, so like the big thing with her is that she keeps dying over and over again for the Flash's story. And even Michael Keaton and Michael Keaton does the same thing, dies over and over again for the Flash's story. And I was just like, damn, they are really wasting this girl right here. Cause I was like, I wonder what they're gonna do with her next. Now I don't even care what they do with her next. So yeah, it is what it is. Now we're moving down the line. Now this is the character that pretty much everybody was talking about. Like, oh, I'm only seeing this movie for this specific guy, and that is Michael Keaton back as the Batman. I don't know. I already gave my thoughts on how I thought he was. How do you feel about it, Emery?
I don't know. I feel two different ways about it.
Okay.
On one hand, I think there was nice moments there with him as Batman. It was good to see him again. But on the other hand, there's a very hollow lack of substance in his actual emotional journey as returning to Batman and doing that again, like throughout his story. There is that story, but it's not very engaging, and it's not that there's not much depth to it to me, and it's just kind of like, oh, I mean, like take No Way Home or something. Like you get like, in the very least, with the return of Toby and Andrew,
Right.
like, you get key elements of like their stories and the lessons they can impact on Tom Holland's Spidey from you know, those stories. You get something out of it, and I don't really think we got anything out of Michael Keaton's Batman for this. Like, you know, like Bruce, he just tells him basically with the Flash what the other Bruce Wayne told him. I don't know. There's just nothing much there.
No, I definitely see your points here. I remember somebody hit me up before the movie, and they were like, or after I saw it, they were like, did Michael Keaton as Batman actually steal the show? I had to tell this dude, realistically, no. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, bring Ezra back on. Like, as much as I hate the guy in real life, I was like, yo, he's outperforming everybody here in this movie. And he's supposed to. It's his movie. But still, like, there's a lot of characters that, to me, just like I said, were rushed, didn't need to be in the movie. Like, I don't know. I don't know. We'll move
Is this
on.
like the movie that everyone's claiming is so good? I don't get it.
Yeah, I was like, what? I want to see the cut y'all saw. Now there is another,
Yeah.
there is another Batman in the film. And we can talk about this. We can talk about the ending too. But you do have your boy, and this is probably, I think, his last time coming back as Batman. I don't think he wants to really do this anymore. But trying to find a good picture of him. But Ben Affleck as Batman. So what they end up doing with this character is he's still the mentor, father figure to Barry Allen. But then he leaves the movie. You know, Barry Allen does his thing. We'll talk about that more. We'll talk about Ezra Miller and his mom. But whenever he exits the movie, he doesn't come back, and they end up bringing in a whole new Batman. Oh, it wasn't a new Batman. It was one of the older ones. What Batman was it they brought back at the end?
George Clooney's.
George Clooney's Batman. So
Which is an inside joke because George Clooney's Batman is considered the worst Batman. objectively.
really,
Like in live action, yeah.
holy, I never really watched that.
Like, there's also the meme about the bat nipples and bat credit card and shit like that. That's from his movie. Like, yeah.
So that, like, let me ask you. So was he the Batman and Robin one with Poison Ivy?
If I remember correctly, yes.
Okay, I was like,
Wrong.
there's
It
so
could be
many of them.
It could be Val Kilmer, but I'm pretty sure it was George Clooney as well.
So I guess what that means for Ben Affleck Batman is, I guess he's done. He's out of there. I don't think he wants nothing to do with this series anymore anyway. But
I will say a good bright moment of this film was that the conversation that Bruce Wayne has to Ben Affleck one with
Barry Allen.
the Flash about his parents and how you can change everything, or like that conversation was emotionally impactful, and I think that was like something telling of Bruce Wayne's character that we already knew, but was really nice to see on screen.
I just wish
from his Batman, Bruce Wayne especially.
yeah, I would have wished Barry would have just took the advice, cause it's like, even when Barry Allen was like, look, bro, I can go back into the past and I can save your mom, you know, I can save your dad. And Batman's like, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I thought that was a really good lesson that they really showcased. And just speaking on, go ahead.
Yeah, this movie almost felt pointless. My and I mean pointless. Like, actually, I don't know if like what he did. I don't know if the indicator of like George Clooney being Batman, Bruce Wayne in his world, does that mean like we're heading into James Gunn universe and George Clooney's Batman, or does that mean like he's just an Elseworld now? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know either. Honestly, I don't even think DC even knows.
Yeah, it's a jumbled mess still.
Now, next thing
don't know.
Next thing I do want to talk about really quickly before we get into the CGI and all that stuff, I do want to talk about this. To me, I think this was the funniest DC project they've put out so far. But also at the same time, I think this was the most emotional DC project they have put out. There's a lot of sad moments in this movie, and it really stems around his mother and even his father at certain points. I thought how they wrote the mother and him trying to go save his mother, I thought it all made sense, and I thought it all worked in the film. I don't know how you feel about those moments about him trying to go back and save his mother. And like, remember, he's at the grocery store and he's like, oh, she forgot the tomatoes, you know?
Again, when it's focused on him as a character and like the emotional depths of like that story, most of that stuff like works 9 out of 10 times. That was really good.
Yeah, no, those moments had me, cause I'm like, if I had the Flash's powers, I'll probably do the same thing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do think like the Suicide Squad is funnier. and
Oh, I
Peacemaker.
forgot about that one. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
like
forgot about
other
that
than
one.
those kind of projects, this is one of the funnier ones. I would
No,
say. For sure.
that's what surprised me the most. I was like, wow, I did
Yeah.
not expect this movie to be as funny as it is.
Uh, I expected it a little bit, but I didn't. Yeah, yeah. It was chock full of pretty good humor for the most part. Yeah.
Now, really quickly, because this is a big thing. We're going to talk about these cameos. We're going to talk about these Easter eggs just really quickly. Now, the big cameo, even the one that you said you got spoiled on, was Nicolas Cage as Superman making his
I thought
return.
I thought it would be cooler.
No, yeah, to me, I was like, this looks cool, I guess, but
It looked like
the
garbage.
the effects didn't look
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like any of the cameos besides Uncle George Clooney. I don't know if there was any other ones. I mean, yeah, no, it's kind of mid.
Yeah,
I didn't like it. I didn't like those cameos at all. I didn't feel
they just
anything.
they it was like they was like, well, we can't get the actors back, but we really want to like bump up the nostalgia in this movie. That's what, and I got on that on my other review. I always felt like, man, these movies are relying way too much on nostalgia. They're like, man, what is gonna make us money? Not the writing, it's gonna be the nostalgia that makes us the money. And they just, throw in these cliche cameos. Like the Nicolas Cage. You had a couple more that was in the film. You had other Superman that were in the film. But I'm like, yeah, these look cool, but it's like, I don't know how much it makes sense.
Like,
you know?
two things in my head. If you're gonna do a nostalgia fest, like actually have stuff that like I think more people would care about.
Like
seeing.
Spider-Verse.
Yeah, and have those moments mean something a little bit more than just like
Throwing
hey,
them in
okay,
there.
let's remember just a tiny bit more. I don't need it to be like the most impactful thing ever in the world. Just a little bit better than that. I'm kind of disappointed we didn't. Well, I'm glad we didn't because the way they showed the cameos, it was garbage anyway. So I was like, maybe I wouldn't have liked this. It would have been cool to see Christopher Nolan's Batman, and
But they would have
it would've-
CGI'd him in there too.
Yeah, now thinking about it, I don't think it would have been cool, or something
Nope.
like that. I don't know. Like characters, like we give a shit about at least a little bit more than Don't get me wrong, Nicolas Cage Superman's funny. It's an unexpected one, but it was not executed very well. Yeah.
No, it's literally for the audience to go, oh my god. That's literally what it's for. Like
Yeah,
literally.
when I heard about it, I thought it was like he was going to be a character, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds fucking cool." And no, I didn't.
Movie for 2 seconds. Now, I do want to talk about something I did not like. And we did talk about some things. But yeah, this movie's. I thought it was my screening I went to, but now you're telling me the exact same thing. But the effects in this movie, the CGI in this movie, look like a CW type of show. I'm like, the budget on this movie was like $200 million or something crazy, and I'm like, this don't look good. And I thought maybe it was just a screening we went to. I thought it was just maybe like the projection was on or something. But then you were telling me the same exact thing. I'm like, these effects don't look done.
It's so ugly. It's one of the ugliest looking like comic book movies I've ever seen in my life. It's that bad. I don't understand what was happening.
I think it was. I'll give DC a pass. I think it was a lot of reshoots. I believe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at the visual effects artists. They're doing their hardest and they're not getting paid enough. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm mad at like the people who are running the show and fucking up so much shit, not getting it out on time, or not letting it cook enough.
Right.
Like, if you need to push back this movie another fucking year, do it. Fuck it. You pushed back this movie like 20 times already. Might as well push it back more to give me like an experience where like I believe what's happening. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I completely understand what you're saying. Yeah, like I said, honestly, I thought it was just the screening we went to. I was like, and it was funny. I was talking to one of the reps afterwards, And I was like, that's the completed film, and he was like, yeah, that's what's going out in theaters. And I was like, ooh, I don't know. I was like, they might need to render
Yeah.
that one again.
Yeah. Oof, that's a big oof because it's easily.
But I wonder,
Especially-
cause
yeah.
we review a lot of films, so maybe it's just we'll see that. Like a lot of the common folk won't really see how bad the effects are. That's
I
what I'm
think-
thinking.
I think it's bad enough to notice that even common folk would be like, dude, that looks so fake. Like, that looks beyond fake. Like the babies,
Oh,
dude, holy, like, it's just, wow, holy. Yeah, I don't even know where to begin.
even that third act, whenever they're fighting General Zod,
Yeah.
I think that's when it like really. I think that's when I really started to see it, cause I was like, at first I was like, well, they're not as bad as I think they're as everybody says they are, and they pull into this damn third act, and I was like, hold on, wait a minute. I was like, this ain't done. I was like, them
Yeah.
VFX already need to get right back in that studio, cause this whole entire I missed it. I was trying to showcase what you guys talking about, like this whole third act. Yeah, it just did not look good.
Yeah, I'm starting to believe that this movie received really good reviews because of the emotional story and
Which
when
it does have a really great emotional story.
you don't think it does?
No, I said it does. It does.
Oh yeah, I think so. I misheard. Yeah, I think it mostly does. Yeah, and I think it's pretty good. And I think like Ezra
I think it's-
literally carried this movie behind his back. Funny enough,
I think this is one
out
of
of all the
DC's.
people, yeah.
I think
go ahead.
I think this is one of DC's best written projects. But I mean, the bar is not too
yeah.
goddamn high with that.
Yeah, from what I'm hearing too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's definitely one of the best written ones. We're gonna talk about the post credit scene in a little bit, but yeah, man. You know, there's a lot of things I did like in this film, and there was just things I just didn't like, and the things I didn't like damn near outweighed the things I did like. You know, the things I did like, man, Ezra Miller. You know, you got some really cool nostalgia moments. I think the emotional parts really hit. It was funny. I thought the pacing was really well, because the pacing, I think the movie's like 2 hours and 20 minutes, but since we're in a Flash movie, it feels like the movie's moving along quickly. So I had to really commend the editing job on how they paced the film. So I thought the pacing was really done well. But when it came to other things, this is something I've never even really talked about yet. But even the like dialogue on some characters was just cheesy. Like if we're talking about like Michael Keaton's Batman, like, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. You know, like I was like, okay, in a trailer that kind of sounds cool, but when you watch it in its full context in the movie, I was just like, yeah, this is not meant to be watched by yourself at the house, because that would just, you'd be like, what was that? You know, I don't know how you feel about the dialogue, but I just felt like, especially Michael Keaton's dialogue, which is kind of cheesy to me. I don't know how you felt.
50-50. There was times where it was like, that really wasn't necessary. This is literally like a callback. Like, you know, you're doing a callback. Like, it's the most noticeable callback ever.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's other areas where it felt like he was naturally in character. I don't know. Yeah, the dialogue in general for this film was mostly good, but there was like standout moments like that where you're like, you know,
It didn't look good in a theater format, I'd say.
Yeah.
I mean, those moments are, and I was at a critic screening. You know, people gonna be like, you know, want to get nuts? Let's get nuts, and everybody's gonna go freaking lose their freaking minds. Like, yeah, he's back. You know, that's what I understand what those moments are for.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's disappointing. I expected a little bit more from all the hype. Like, not like
Me
the
too.
most amazing movies.
I was like, man, this gonna be better. It's gonna be better than Spider-Verse. No.
At least a good movie.
Yeah.
I don't think I got a good movie here.
And then we'll
Yeah.
before we give our ratings, we'll talk about the end credit scene really quickly. So it didn't really need to even be there. So who shows up at the end credit scene? Our boy Aquaman is back. This Momoa, and it's pretty much just like a little gag. Like, he's just drunk with the Flash, pretty much, and that's it. So you don't need to honestly see the post credit scene. You could be fine skipping it. Honestly, I don't know how you felt about the post credit scene.
It's lame. It's like, that's another question. First, for two reasons. I mean, like, I guess it's funny on its own. Like, if you take it on its own, it's like, oh, that's a funny moment. That's a wholesome, like, bro dude moment that Flash and Aquaman have, which is cute.
Right.
But there's two things that pop up in my head. One is, oh, I guess I kind of want the answer to how this fucking movie sets up your fucking new universe. I thought you guys would answer that in a post-credit
no.
scene, in the very least. I guess not. I guess the answer is
I told you, DC don't even know yet. They don't know what they're finna do. James Gunn don't know what he's finna do.
I guess the answer is just James Gunn's gonna show us later, and that's fine. I'll accept that. That's fine. Whatever. But like, it's kind of annoying because they hype this movie up like it will fucking answer that. Fucking yeah. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing is, oh, hold on. Yeah, okay. So the other thing is, if like it answered the thing, like is like Jason Momoa still Aquaman?
Yeah.
Also, like it's just kind of whatever. Like I expect something more. Is mostly what I'm saying.
Yeah, so I guess even it was the same thing with because even Wonder Woman was in the movie for a split second. She saved the day, on the bridge. So I guess does that mean they're both back in the DCU? Like we don't know.
I don't know. I have no idea where they're going. My guess is that Jason Momoa will still stay as Aquaman.
No, you know what? I heard they're trying to get him to play a villain, which I think he'd actually be good at. Somebody in the comment section might know who I'm talking about.
Lobo.
Lobo, yeah. I think he'd be a good Lobo.
I'm not sure if they're going to do that, but that could work.
I would like to see him as Lobo, honestly. That'd be dope. But yeah, you know what? I already gave my thoughts on the review, and I'll re-give them at the end. But you go ahead, Emery, give your thoughts. Give your final thoughts on the film and your rating.
Yeah, super disappointing film. Weirdly enough, I thought this was going to be good. I did not come in with expectations of souring on it, but I also didn't come up with unrealistic expectations either. I kind of just thought I'd get a simple, which mostly I think I got a Flash story that was emotional and impactful in its own way, but this story neglects its secondary characters that are involved with this multiverse movie, which is very underwhelming and disrespectful, I think, to like your brand new character, your Supergirl, and disrespectful to Batman from the '89 series.
Yeah.
The Burton ones. I think it's disrespectful in that way, where it felt hollow, and it did feel like this is just fan service, and I didn't really like the special effects. It was horrible. It looked ugly. I didn't believe what I was seeing. The action was ruined by the special effects, which I think the action could have been cooler if it was done more properly. Like there was cool action bits of like choreograph, but yeah, no, I felt this movie was really bad, and I'm shocked that James Gunn gave this a solid approval. I'm shocked that people even like this. Well, for the most part, I don't know. I don't get it. I sincerely don't get it.
All right, so what will be your rating? What will be your rating?
Probably subjective wise, I think I had a 7 out of 10 experience. Like I enjoyed it well enough. Like I didn't hate myself watching it. And objectively, I just think this is like a 4 out of 10 movie.
Oh wow. Okay, I'm not going as harsh as you on this one. There was moments, there was things I liked in this film, like I stated throughout the entire review. There were things I did not like in this film, and I thought would be done, especially with this movie being delayed for like 2 years or whatever it was. Yeah, there's a lot of cool moments, man. The two flashes to me are what really gave my rating what I gave it, because of just how Ezra Miller was. Not only playing one Flash, but playing two different Flashes, and playing them both just completely opposite of one another. You know, I thought Ezra did just a great job with the two with the two Barry Allens, and even like Michael Keaton in some parts, like you said, man, I thought this was really good. This story had a lot of emotional beats to it, that I really thought worked well, and I was like, okay, I see what you guys are doing. I like what you're doing, DC here. But it just, there's a lot of bad here. There was a lot of like missed opportunities here. You know, like Supergirl to me was one of the biggest missed opportunities. Like I said in a review, I felt like she had absolutely no personality. They could have fixed that from Zack Snyder. Because Zack Snyder, you know, didn't give Superman no personality. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let me see if they try to fix her and give her something. And she doesn't. And she's a very much rushed character. And I was like, I would beat myself up over that. I was like, man, I really thought that they would get this one right. I really thought that they would try to do Supergirl justice, give her justice. In my eyes, they did not. Michael Keaton, yeah, I mean, Michael Keaton is Michael Keaton, man. I think he was all right in this film. He didn't steal the show like some people thought he would. There was another villain they showed at the end of the film. I didn't even talk about him. It was another Barry Allen, and that was rushed out the ass. I forgot all about that.
It was like foreshadowed, but it was also kind of like,
yeah, like whenever you see him, he's like, yeah, that's rushed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish I had fun watching this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit there and act like I did not like laugh.
Yeah.
I laughed throughout the film. There was
decent fun with a lot of moments. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, there was moments I laughed. There's moments I damn near cried because of the just me realizing like, oh wow, what if I had the power of Barry Allen? Like, what if I could do that? I'd probably try to do the same thing, you know. So those moments really attached to me and really got me. But when I look at this movie as a whole and as a critic, I'm like, yeah, there is a lot of things wrong with this, you know. And I really wish they would push this one back again. Honestly, like I wish they'd be like, you know what, hey, we'll push it back. But you know, like I said, I had fun with it. I had fun with it. I thought this would be my movie of the year. It's not. That's what.
Close.
Yeah, that's what really bummed me out. I thought honestly I was gonna go and give this movie like a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10, and I'm not near that. I mean, I'm not 10, I'm not near it, but I'm a little off from it, and I'm giving my rating a 7.5 out of 10. Like I said, it's not a bad film. It's not a bad film in my eyes, but there's a lot of things that were wrong with it, and it was things that I'm like, wow, this is taking forever and it's not been fixed.
I have one more note. Can I just say this real quick?
Go ahead.
I keep forgetting to mention. Oh my god, the ugliest suit I've ever seen in any comic book movie ever is Batman's blue suit, the Ben Affleck one.
Oh,
In the
hold on.
beginning, it's so horrendous. It looks so disgusting.
I didn't think it looked that bad, but go ahead.
Yeah, it looked really bad.
Here, I'm
That's all
trying
gonna say.
to find a picture of it.
The other suit that the Flash wore, the like other extra Batman Flash made suit, like
Yeah.
there's at least a good reason why it's kind of ugly because the Batman suit isn't really made to be a Flash suit.
Mm-hmm.
So like that makes sense. Oh my gosh, the blue design Ben Affleck one is so bad. Oh my gosh.
Massey trying
It
to
doesn't
find
work.
it. I can't
It
even. I
just
know it was in the
doesn't.
trailer. They posted it in the trailer. I don't know why I can't find
Yeah.
it. But yeah, that's our thoughts on it. Maybe you guys enjoy. I feel like general audience will just very much enjoy this film just because it's nostalgia crazy, you know. So
I think they'll have a decent time.
yeah, they'll have fun with it. I don't think they'll really realize how bad some of the effects are. I don't think they'll even see that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I think if you look past those, like I think you'll really have a big like you'll probably get this movie a 9 out of 10 just looking past all that, honestly. But hey, that's our review. If it's your guys' first time finding our channel, please for us hit that subscribe button. Also the video, tell us your thoughts, complaint, criticism, stuff like that down below, and we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.